Okay, so here we are, phase one complete, finally. So what have we got? As I mentioned, everything piled up nicely out of the way in the corner there. We've got a couple of trickle heaters fixed to the wall, just either side under the bag support, which is an area where there's not really enough space for me to get between the bag and the wall anyway. In terms of access to the bag, it's about 1.5 meters between the bag and the garage door. About 1.5 meters between the bag and the shelves there. And there are 2 meters, a bit more than 2 meters between the bag and the bins. And a bit more than 3 meters, nearly 4 meters, and in fact, from the door to the white goods, there is just under 5 meters, and 1.5 meters in width. So it should give me quite a bit more space than I had previously. If you saw earlier videos, you'll have seen that there was very, very limited space at all. So what have we got new? Doormat. I went for 1.5 meters by 1 meter doormat, just to make sure feet are nice and clean and dry coming in. All the bird food and everything stays on the doormat, so you don't get bird seed and stuff on the floor here. You can see I've got my bar down there, ready to get going. It looks like I definitely will have space here for a foldable rack, so I'll be able to do some squats and presses and bench presses and stuff like that. Don't have the ceiling height for a full press, but I do for a clean and obviously for deadlift. And it's because of the weights that I went for the flooring that I did, which wasn't cheap, but I'm really, really happy with. So look at this. It's also incredibly heavy. There's 14 1 meter squares of this stuff. Okay, and the consignment weight was 330 kilos. That's right, 330 kilos on the pallet. So these pieces, like that meter square, were about 24 kilos each. So it's been a lot of fun lugging them around because they're nice and bendy, as you can see here, and quite heavy. And they are sprung rubber, so they're very, very dense, but you can't really squeeze them with your fingers. But the nice thing is they're quite bouncy in terms of the weight. So I dropped my bar from about a foot before, and it just bounces nicely. Very, very no hint at all of it impacting on the concrete underneath or anything like that. Yeah, so it's 30mm thick, and I'm really happy with it. I can't remember the name of the place. I'll put it in the description. I've got this piece left over, and I'm probably going to use that. I'll probably cut it in half because it's 1 meter wide, and I'll use it just for a little bit of extra protection under the bar when I've got some weights. I'll get bumper weights, obviously, bumper plates. Yeah, so it has actually worked out. Everything went on the shelves as I'd hoped. A lot of stuff underneath, and it's kind of all packed away neatly enough to give me a much bigger open space. I can probably get a ladder down and things like that for ladder drills, and loads of space to properly hit the bag. Very happy.